We've got software that spans the best part of a decade here. This is Ant Attack, from 1983 originally on the Spectrum. The author claims that this is one of the first sort of free-roaming 3D games. How far video games have come, eh? And yes, you can choose whether you can play as a boy or a girl. How far video games have come, eh? So level 1, yes, rescue person, and what must be one of the first examples of an escort quest in a video game. Having done that, the target will then start wandering around the map, so you have to explore quite a bit. You can also switch camera angles in what must be one of the first attempts at circumventing camera problems as well. And there we are, here's some of our ants. The trick is that they can't climb at all, so you're safe as long as you have the high ground. Otherwise you're kind of screwed, because you do have the ability to lob some grenades, and you can lob them at one of 4 distances, but otherwise you're pretty much completely defenseless and it's very difficult to actually hit anything. And once the ants surround you, you're kinda screwed. There is a scanner at the bottom that flashes when you're walking in the right direction to try and find the guy, but that's about it. I must confess I'm terrible at this kind of isometric thing. I have a blind spot where the games where they're not set up on diagonals. So here you press up to go up and to the left, and, well, with these consequences. Now let's see if we can actually manage to chuck some grenades at this guy. And I've completely disorientated myself now. No. I'm really not sure about the collision detection in this. There we go. Time to leg it. Nope, no dear. Fortunately, you can't blow yourself up. How the hell did you get yourself caught up there? Oh dear. Anyway, spin on. Spin on to 1989's Mania by Hewson. This is a sort of Pac-Mania crossed with that old painter game. Colour the grid in. Some of the tiles can only be flipped on by standing on them, by moving onto them in one particular direction. Past that, yep, just colour it in, find the exit, level complete. Enemies wander around, you can jump over them, or just blunder into them like an idiot like I did there. Various pickups float around, giving you invulnerability and extra lives, I think that one was. How to Wait, what? Is this a bug? I've honestly never had this happen to me in a playthrough before. Or I could just fall down a big hole. Okay, if you know what I did differently there as opposed to the 10 previous attempts, you're a better man than me. This got a bit of a kicking at the time in the magazines. What? Okay, this is weird. This has never happened before, and now it's twice in one playthrough. Yeah, this got a bit of a kicking at the time in the magazines, largely because it's pleasant enough, but they were asking you to pay full price for it. About 10 quid, I think it was. Okay, this is getting strange now. Okay, again, if you know what I did differently there, I have no idea what happened. Now that all that remains is to find the exit. There we are, that's the flashing waffle of exit. So what is actually the part I enjoy most in the game, this sort of frenetic bonus game where you have to get to the tile before it disappears, with everything disappearing underneath you, and you can scroll the individual rows up horizontally. Also, nice music. No, you're okay until you basically run out of tiles to step on once you've figured this out. Oh hell, can I get down all the way to the bottom? Yes, I have one tile left in this row. But now I am screwed. Oh no! Anyway, like I say, pleasant enough, not worth the asking price at the time. Spin on. And so we come to 1992, with a couple of demos of the latest and greatest stuff. This is the Bod Squad. Man, the BBC would be all over you like a ton of bricks for that these days. This is, in theory, a charming little puzzle platformer. In actual fact, unfortunately, it's brutally difficult. Bod here has bounces off the background in an awkward way. He has a bit more momentum than you would like. And the flick screen, it doesn't sort of flick entire screens. There's some overlap between neighbouring screens. Oh dear. Conspire to make this just heinously difficult. Our aim is to rescue our tiny alien child thing over there. I can also throw bombs around. That switch opened this up. And this gives you some idea of how awkward the flick screen is. That thing trundling backwards and forwards is present on both screens. And when you're on the bottom one, you don't realise how much headroom you don't have. Yes, Bod's spaceship crashed in Egypt or something, and he has to rescue his kids. It is, I will give it this, extremely pretty to look at. Nice sort of high-res overlaid sprite here. And now a leap of faith. Yep, yay! Oh. And fall off an vital invisible block there, and I'm horribly killed. And saving the best for last here, this is Catalypse, possibly the last hurrah of C64 shooters. Yeah, real nice this. There's a ton of power-ups, there's a ton of stuff on the screen at the same time. There's Attack of the Flying Teeth here. And all in all, it's really nicely done. The intro and outro to the main game proper are very impressive. I'll link to them separately. Full sampled speech and everything. Admittedly, it's sampled speech on the C64 by a guy with a thick Italian accent, so it's not hugely easy to turn out to tell what he's saying, but the thought's there. Your typical array of shooter power-ups, diagonal lasers, backwards firing. And I can never quite get through that bit. And this is the most important power-up of the game. This sort of blaster power-up will pass through the background, making things a lot easier. Allowing you to pick off turrets from the distance at will. This one here is a smart bomb. Bang. And now we enter the green zone. This is a common trick for C64 shooters. You have sort of an area of background in one colour, a transition area of empty space between them, and then an area of another colour. It's a common trick. It means you don't have to bother scrolling the colour data around. And this is where the blaster comes in extremely handy. Pick up our satellite guy again. He's very useful as a club to hammer things with. Let's not get cocky, almost got myself... Oh, never mind, let's make up for it with this power-up. Awesome power for 3 entire seconds. I've lost my blaster now, that's gonna make things a bit more awkward. I think we're near the end though. Nuts. Right before the boss as well. The boss, well, not all of the bosses. Some of the bosses are a bit of a weak point in Catalypse. The bulk of them are no threat at all. So here we just have to aim our angled shots correctly. There we go. And we can just hold down our fire button and win. Eventually. And I do mean eventually. Finally! And we are rewarded with... All together now. Nice music though. It can play us out.